Now, I take immense pleasure in welcoming our honorable speaker, Dr. Prakash sir. Sir holds MBBS, MS, FAIS, and FRCS degrees. He is the passionate surgeon and currently the managing director of a dominant health insurance company in India, the Star Health Insurance. He is the first of its kind to have 2 decades of clinical experience from India and overseas, and close to 15 years of experience in insurance industry. During the past 14 years of his tenure, he grew from medical director, executive director, chief operating officer to joint MD and now elevated as managing director. His efficiency in contributing to the functional growth of Star Health Insurance is reflected from the growth of the company from 3 million US dollars in 2007 to 1.29 billion US dollars in financial year 2021. Sir is also the chairperson of CII Tamil Nadu Healthcare Panel for consecutive 3 years. Under his leadership, the company has received many awards, the noteworthy one being the World Health Day Award of Excellence from the Honorable President of India, Sri Pranab Mukherjee. And I personally know how busy Sir's schedule is. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invitation despite all your commitments. We take immense pleasure in welcoming you, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I have compiled a few questions from our audience. Sir will be answering the questions as I ask, and in the meantime, audience can leave their questions in their chat box, which will be answered by sir at the end. Are we good to proceed with this, sir?
Please go ahead, doctor.
Excellent. Thank you, sir. So, being a successful surgeon, how did you develop interest in insurance sector? How difficult was the transition process?
Fine. Like, as you were introducing me, I had my basic graduation and post-graduation from India, and I also had opportunity to work in overseas. So we are able to practice what we have read in overseas because money is not at all a constraint. So when I look at a patient, arrive at a diagnosis, I can opt for the best of the treatment after discussing with the patient and family. And money was never a constraint because back in 2000, the countries I worked, almost 95% of the people are covered by some financial system. Either there is a health insurance or the government pays them. When I returned back to India, and when I started my surgical practice, I found it very difficult to execute what I wanted because money is a big stumbling block. When I make a diagnosis and discuss the treatment options, I found that most of the patients, they were trying to choose the option that has the least cost effect. And even for that option, they need some money, time to borrow or sell their assets. Those instances where I have seen made me feel that apart from your knowledge, your clinical acumen to make a diagnosis and treat a patient, of greater importance is your outlook on the financial capabilities of a patient. And unfortunately, this is something our medical colleges fail to teach us. And we have to see the patient as a whole. It is not just physical health, mental health, social health, physiological health, and also the financial health. So it is the duty of every doctor to look at the patient as a whole. I have seen patients not being fortunate enough to have this outlook by the treating doctor. They may have a diagnosis A, maybe I can say that CA cancer, cancer breast, very commonly. The line of management, whether it is preemptive chemotherapy followed by surgery, plus or minus axillary dissection, followed by radiotherapy or post-operative chemotherapy, hormone receptor status, and then treatment. If everything is told to the patient upfront during the diagnosis, and if their mind is cautioned to spend so much of amount, then it is easy for the patient. But what happens today? Patient runs pillar to post, and after diagnosis with all the enthusiasm, they go to the first treating surgeon, maybe the surgeon who wants to do a breast conservation or whatever it is. And they spend whatever money they have on the first step. After that, they come to know that there is a second step, third step, fourth step. And unfortunately, they don't have money. They have utilized all their wealth. At least CA breast is a diagnosis which is very evident people can make. There are a lot of complex presentations. By the time the patient arrives at a diagnosis, he visits 2, 3 doctors, undergoes a set of investigation, and whatever 1 lakh, 1.5 lakhs that he has, he spends. I'm talking about a diagnosis of any endocrinological problem or an autoimmune disease. Not all conditions present in the way we read in our textbooks. So it is very unfortunate that in India, by the time a patient reaches a diagnosis, they almost spend the wealth that they have with them. And when they start a treatment, they are not aware of the overall expenses. Only if they are aware of it, they can go to a comprehensive center which can care for them end to end. Otherwise, what happens? Halfway through, they abort their treatment. And unfortunately, they suffer on a longer morbidity. And when they suffer a longer morbidity, the overall cost spent will be much more than a planned approach. So what I'm trying to say, a surgeon or a physician or an interventionalist should not confine himself to his specialty or his desk. The most intelligent person on earth, I consider today, are doctors. So we belong to that breed. So we have to look beyond the books, outside the institutions, more than your specialty, on how you can extend your knowledge, your wisdom, and your acumen for the care of people. How you can make people to do something which they have not been doing all these days. Or in short, how you can practice something which you have not been taught in your college days. This is a comprehensive, holistic outlook on a patient, which not only includes physical and mental health, but also financial health.
Thank you, sir.